Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video, I'm going to do a review of the Nidecker Supermatic snowboard bindings, step-in snowboard bindings. These are the 2026 model, which just came out a few weeks ago. These bindings come in at quite an expensive price of $400, but they do come with a few more features than last year's model, which I know of. And when you're talking about step-in snowboard bindings, $400 is honestly on the lower end of step-in bindings, besides the flows, which can get really cheap. So the Burton Step-ons cost like $300 for just the binding, and then the boot is like $329. So it will end up costing over $600 for the whole setup. Clews are $500, so it's already $100 more than these, but I think these are better than both the Burtons and the Clews, but you can make your mind up on that. I'll explain why later. So with this new 2026 model, the main new feature are the new slap ratchets here. These things used to have like a lock on them, and now they have an auto lock, which are on the Supermatic carbons, which cost $500. But now they're on these new 2026 models. And a new thing too with this year's model, with the new auto locking ones, are these ladders here. So before they used to get stuck while trying to climb when you first like put on the slap ratchet on the ladder, but now it kind of just slides through like any other binding would. I'll show a video of someone having an issue with it.
That again. Is this locked or? Okay. Interesting. Didn't just go right on. I'm wondering if it needs a little.
But now because of this plastic bit, it pretty much works the same as any other binding. You just put it on and it slides down. And the toe strap has the same new mechanism. They both climb well now, while before they used to get stuck on the top of the ladder. But now they both just slide on easy. And that's about it for all the new features, so let's just show how the binding works in general. So after you attach your snowboard bindings, you want to take off these straps here if they're attached still, and you just want to put your boot into the footbed. Once you put your boot in, you want to make sure there's no toe overhang. If there is, you can use this set screw here and push this footbed forward and backwards to accommodate your boot size. Next, with your boot in, you want to use these quick adjustments here to center the strap over your boot. And there's one on this middle strap, but we'll get to the middle strap in a minute. That is an important strap, but it's not used to hold your boot in. And of course, there's one on the ankle strap too. So once your straps are centered, you want to strap in using the either heel or toe first. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure it's centered still over your toe and heel. You can make your toe strap pretty tight, but I wouldn't overdo your ankle strap too much. It could be tight, just like not really tight. You should be good. So for this middle strap, I have it pretty much as loose as possible, because that makes it as easy as possible for my boot to step in. It could change with the size of your boot. If you're on the smaller size of your type bindings, or your boot is a bit bigger for your size bindings. But my boot is a size 12, and these are XL bindings, max out size 13, and I have the strap pretty much as loose as possible. As you can see there, it's pretty loose looking, and that helps with getting in and out of the binding. So to get out, you just want to push down this thing right here, and keep your weight on the heels until it's fully pushed down, and then you could lift out your foot. So it's really hard to press down the button if your weight is on your ankle strap, like really hard. It depends on the slope you're on. So if you're on your toe edge, it could be hard to press it down. So that could be a challenge, but it's not that big of a deal because the step-in feature is really easy. It's possible to step out on your toe edge, but it just gets a lot harder. You have to put a lot of force down on the button with your finger. But as days went on, I got a bit more used to it, and it got easier and easier. So when you want to step in, you just press down the button and pull back the high back here. When it goes down, you'll see this sort of hammock right here, which you step down on that to step in, as you can see here. Your ankle strap goes up a bit to assist with your foot going in. So stepping in is a lot easier with your actual weight in your foot. So you pretty much just kick in, you wiggle and kick your way into your toe strap there. Then you just step down really hard with my hand here, and you're pretty much in. There you go. I'll show a video of me stepping in with my boots and my legs. Here's a video of me stepping in with both feet. Hear the clicks there. He's pushed this one back. Step down and you're in. It's that easy. And now getting out, you just press down this button here, make sure you're on your heels, and then you could pretty much just step out with leaning your shin forward a bit, as you see in the video. So Nidecker made this thing called the slipping grip. So when your boot is wet, this plastic bit becomes really slippery right there, and it pretty much helps your boot slide in, and then your boot will, and then as soon as you step down, you'll grip there so you won't slide around in your bindings. So this actually helps a lot with getting in and out when you're actually on the mountain. And you'll find it's pretty easy to step in and out, even on steep terrain, once you get the hang of it and you learn your balance. In terms of comfort, I ride on the East Coast, so it's really icy, and these things do a great job at absorbing all the ice and vibrations, and they're really damp. They're a really damp ride. They're a very comfortable bind to use. They have this soft, flexing high back, but you could really drive back into it and into the straps, so you could really do a deep, nice carve with these bindings too. It's really high quality materials. So you have high back angle adjustments here too. This is just a easy adjustment. It comes from the factory with a bit of high back lean, so I didn't adjust it. Usually I do like only 1 to 2 notches, 3 maybe, on my bindings, so it wasn't that much of an issue for me. And the straps are decent. I like the straps, but some people might not. They're injection molded straps. They're pretty stiff and they feel very high quality. This toe strap wraps around any boot, pointy, rounded, whatever boot, fits any boot. These straps are pretty good. Mainly this binding is plastic, but it's really high quality plastic. It's not any of that Fisher Price stuff you'll find at Target. They're really smooth and high quality feeling plastics. Feel very robust and durable. I've heard that these things last for a while without any major issues. And a neat feature these bindings have are these numbers here. So when you adjust them, you can match these numbers on these adjustment straps to the other side. So it makes it really easy to adjust and know and match your exact adjustments to your other binding. So do I recommend these over Clews or Burton Step-ons? I'd say I recommend them over the Burton Step-ons because they cost way less after you get the boots. You can use pretty much any boot on this binding as long as it matches your binding size, obviously. These bindings have straps, which help if you're on like really steep terrain. Can't use the step-on feature. You could just strap in like any other binding, especially with these new ratchets. It makes it even easier than the previous generation strap in. Before it would get like stuck and stuff, but now that issue is fixed. Also, the Supermatics feel almost exactly like normal high performance bindings on like Burtons, where you have to like get used to them and everything, and they take a bit of getting used to. I've heard these things you could pretty much just click in once they're adjusted and ride like you have been with any other binding. Now, if the Clews, I've heard that they're gonna make a new binding. I hope that one is better than their current one. You might like the Clews. I've heard that they're kind of made of pretty bad materials, and the step-in feature looks like you could just pop out. With these ones, you probably won't pop out. So there's 3 or 4 stages, and you have to hold down the button for every stage to get out. While also with the Burtons, you just hold it down. You press it down once, and it stays down. So if a skier friend hits it with the pole or something, you're gonna fall out. With these, they have to hold the pole down on it, so it's a bit safer, I'd say, than both of those bindings. But especially the Clews, if you look at the Clew ones, they kind of have like just one, like, there's 2 cleats on each side, and then like 1 or 2 stages, and the release mechanism in the back looks pretty flimsy. So unless the next ones they release are really good, which they might be because they have a lot of funding, I'd say just get the Nideckers. They're cheaper. They're $100 cheaper than the Clews. They're in stock more often, and the Nideckers, I feel like, are just better quality there, and they'll last you a lot longer. So that's what I think about the Nidecker Supermatics 2026. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Peace out.